I'll give you a resolution that we passed.
Okay.
As a joint council, which represents working families in Northern California and Nevada. And essentially, you know, our union has coined and tried to expose, really for over a year now, what we're calling a war on workers. And that isn't just limited to folks that are in the union rank and file. Obviously, it applies to all of the middle class that's struggling. But I think where we have common ground with what's being represented in the Occupy movement is that they're struggling too. That it's the same 1% that's affecting all of us. And whether it's going to be the federal triggers and Social Security and Medicare on the chopping block, or it's locally and it's going to be state revenue, or retirement security, or even basic needs for the homeless on the chopping block. It seems like it's the same 1% we're against. The same people that are members that work at the UC system are you know, trying to negotiate for their own working conditions against are the same people who sit on boards for banks at Wells Fargo. And they're millionaires and billionaires, and they're not part of this 99%. So our members are in the 99%. This is a fight that we all share together. The interesting part is how we find all of these organizations that are in the 99% with sometimes competing interests to build some solidarity and unity and get some synergy going so that we can try to affect some real change. And that's I think what's happening here in San Francisco that has already happened in Wall Street and other locations where they're building the alliances and the coalitions. But
excellent.
This is it. This is the formation of it. You know, it's exciting.
What do you hope? What would be a win here?
Well, and I think it depends what organization any person you ask that question to is affiliated with.
Yeah.
You know, for us, it's workers having the right to choose and to choose a union of their choice without intimidation and harassment from an employer. Just to have the basic fundamental right to negotiate for their working conditions, their health, their safety, their retirement security, their wages. That's important for us, but I think there's more. You know, any one demand would oversimplify, I think, the breadth of this movement. This is about so much more, because whether it's cutting defense spending to focus on, you know, issues we hear on the home front, or it's someone who's passionate about, you know, political issues overseas. I mean, everybody's got their own issue, but I think the reality is it all points back to the same banks that our tax money bailed out, and we're wondering why they're sitting on trillions of dollars that is our money, and they're not reinvesting it into our own country, reinvesting it into these people, the college grads who are graduating with like $40,000 in debt, and they can't find a job. Union or non-union, they can't find a job. So that's very much a struggle that we're into.
Do you know how this movement got started? I mean, I know when
I'm seeing an out of battery signal here, so I'm gonna, which means I've got it like less than a minute.
Okay.
Is it okay if I put this on YouTube?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure,
and you want to give me your name?
Yeah, Rudy Gonzalez.